Welcome everyone to Archives in Motion. Archives in Motion, we like to take deep dives into sports, books, anime. That's what we stick to. Every now and then might be dabbling into politics, but try to stay away from that. But today we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe. We're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders again. We're going to get a little deeper into it. Let's start with Shedeur Sanders. Yesterday I spoke on it, and then I was doing some more reading and some more research. And I found that there are a lot of people in the black community that are bringing up racism and collusion and things of that nature. I don't necessarily believe it was collusion, because collusion, you have to make phone calls and tell people, hey, don't draft this guy, blah, 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 blah. But let's just talk about how allegedly, and actually I'm going to say this came from Brian Dable, that he wanted to see Shedeur do something on the whiteboard, and Shedeur was lackadaisical about it. Well, how many of you have went into a job interview and been lackadaisical about something? Come on now. This is what's being said. Now, I wasn't there, and let me say that I want Shedeur Sanders to succeed in everything. Like I said yesterday, I was a huge Deion Sanders fan. Now, I didn't like when he threw the water on the guy. I was younger when that happened. I didn't like that then. I still don't like that now. That's just not cool. However, I am a fan of Deion Sanders, the greatest cornerback to ever play the game. Okay? I'm a fan of Shedeur. I like Shedeur a lot. I thought Pittsburgh Steelers should have drafted him. However, I understand why the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't draft him. Now, we want to talk about racism. Pittsburgh Steelers have a black coach. Their draft room looked predominantly black to me. They went with a D tackle. Okay. I thought when New York Giants moved up, they was going to take Shedeur Sanders, but they took Jackson Dart. All right, no harm, no foul there. I don't know much about Jackson Dart, but I do know a lot of people are hating on him. They said he threw that pass he threw and it slipped out of his hands or whatever. People were saying that Shedeur is much better. Okay, now I will say this: I believe Shedeur is better than the other two quarterbacks two that were taken after that. I believe he's better than them. I'm not sure about Jackson Dart. And Cam Ward, I believe Cam Ward, as of now, is better than Shedeur Sanders. And can the black community stop picking on Cam Ward? I mean, seriously, like this is what's being said. That Cam Ward is the go along, get along guy, and he's that. Why is it that everybody in the black community, we all have to be the same? We all have to be like Shedeur or like somebody else for you to back him up. Why can't Cam Ward just be who Cam Ward is? It was another interview with him and Shedeur were like talking, and he said, "You don't want to do nothing else." He said, "No, I'm a football player." And everybody got on, "Oh, you don't want to be more than a football player?" Like, seriously, y'all. Seriously. Like, can the kid just be a football player? Can he be that? And then maybe a little later, a few years from now, can he could do other stuff? I mean, Jalen Hurts, to me, he's just a football player right now. He probably is going to get into some other things. I just will never understand why the black community does that. Like, so Cam Ward is the C word. He's the UT word. I don't want to get kicked off Instagram or YouTube for using those terms. But he's a C word or the UT term. He's a sellout because he's not Shedeur, because he doesn't have Shedeur's swag, his coolness factor. Come on, everybody. I mean, it's nonsense. And then we like to bring up Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel. Now, yes, Johnny Manziel had a drinking problem. They said he had a drug problem, and the Cleveland Browns still drafted him. They still drafted Baker Mayfield as well. believe Baker Mayfield was the number 1 pick. I believe Johnny Manziel, he wasn't number 1, but he was in the top 5, I believe. I have to go back and check. But he was definitely top 10. Well, don't you think that Cleveland learned from their mistake? They say, oh, we got to learn from this. And Pittsburgh learned from their mistake with Kenny Pickett. They were like, oh, we're going to be careful with this. I'm sorry. I don't understand why everybody is so up in arms about this. Now, and I like Shedeur. I don't want him to come in the league and light it up. But come on, y'all. Come on, everybody. Come on, black community. Let's stop dogging people out because our own people because they're not one of the cool kids. I mean, man. I mean, I felt bad about. I mean, I felt bad for Shedeur. I felt bad for Shedeur because he had to wait so long to hear his name called. But he still got his name called. Now, and he definitely lost a lot of money. He lost a boatload of money. I also felt bad for him because of the prank call thing with the defensive coordinator's son from the Atlanta Falcons. That was wrong. That was wrong. And I don't believe the coordinator should lose his job. He should get reprimanded, but he shouldn't lose his job. But I believe his son shouldn't be nowhere near the facilities ever, near the players or anything. I mean, he could have cost his dad. He could have cost his dad his job. I did read up though. There were some other players that was pranked, but they weren't named Shedeur Sanders, so it doesn't matter. That Tyler Warren, Kyle McCord, Mason Graham, and Chase Lutt, they were prank calls. I don't know if it was from. I got this from the Associated Press. I don't know if it was from the same person, the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons' son, or from other people. But they got prank called as well. But they're not Shedeur Sanders, so it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. Because I'm starting to see a formula here that it has to be about the people you like and that you want to celebrate. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm thinking too outside the box. I don't know. I don't know. But Shannon Sharpe still news. He had to step down. He had to step down from ESPN. A lot of people said the way I read it, it was consensual. He was like almost like it was all his decision. I don't think it was all his decision. I don't believe that. I believe that ESPN came to him and it was a mutual thing, but it was more mutual on ESPN's side. You got to remember, ESPN is ran by Disney. The mouse don't play when they come to this type of stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if we never saw Shannon Sharpe on ESPN again, which I feel bad about because I like Shannon Sharpe on there. I like Nightcap with him and Ocho Cinco. I like Nightcap better than I like Club Shay Shay. Nightcap is good because they do it right after games. They talk about the games and everything. I really do like that, but it's sad to see him go down this route, and it's crazy because once a lot of these brothers get money, they start messing with these white women, and it goes south. I mean, Tiger Woods. I mean, he lost half his fortune to a nanny. Like, you just like he married this woman. That was his nanny. Cool, marry her, but then she took care of his money, hit him upside the head with a golf club in his house. The cops come and arrest him. That's crazy. You get assaulted in your own house, and you get arrested. Oh man, it's crazy. Then you got Jordan. Jordan, he's not in this type of trouble or anything like that, but get that money, start messing with them white girls. Which, hey, if that's your preference, that's your preference. But I can't knock anybody for their preference, But it's funny because I was talking to somebody about this other day, and I said Jordan, and they was like, Jordan who? I was like, it's only one Jordan. It's Michael Jordan. Oh, you could have been talking about Michael B. Jordan. Like, no, if I was talking about Michael B. Jordan, I would say Michael B. Jordan. If I was talking about Jordan Peele, I would have said Jordan Peele. If I was talking about Jordan Childs, I would have said Jordan Childs. Like, no, when I say Jordan, you know what I mean, the greatest of all times. Like, yes, the greatest of all times is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Oh man, I'm so old, man. I can't believe that I have to explain to people who Jordan is. Oh man. With that, you all, Shannon Sharpe and Shedeur one more time has been archived. I will see you all later.